My name is Montoya.
Jessica Reznicek. The Dakota Access Pipeline is an issue that affects this entire nation and the people that are subject to its rule. To all those that continue to be subjected to the government's injustices, we humbly stand with you, and we ask now that you stand with us.
Federal courts gave permission to lie and withhold information from the public, resulting in a complete media blackout. We viewed this as an opportunity to encourage public discourse surrounding nonviolent direct action, as well as exposing the inadequacies of the government and the corporations they protect.
After having explored and exhausted all avenues of process, we saw the clear deficiencies of our government to hear the people's demands.
Instead, the courts and public officials allowed these corporations to steal permissions from landowners and brutalize the land, water, and people. The system is broken, and it is up to us as individuals to take peaceful action and remedy it. And this is what we did out of necessity.
We acted for our children, and the world that they are inheriting is unfit. There are over 5 major bodies of water here in Iowa, and none of them are clean because of corporations' flagrant irresponsibility. And now another wishes to poison literally millions of us irreparably by putting us all at risk of another major catastrophe with yet another oil spill.
On election night, we began our peaceful direct action campaign to a Dakota Access construction site and burned at least 5 pieces of heavy machinery in Buena Vista County, Iowa. We recognize that our action wasn't much, but it at least stopped construction at that site for a day.
Using oxyacetylene cutting torches to pierce through exposed, empty steel valves, successfully delaying completion of the pipeline for weeks. These actions of great public interest were hardly reported, and the federal government and Energy Transfer partners colluded together to lie and withhold vital information to the public.
We stand here now today as witnesses of peaceful, nonviolent direct action. Our actions have been those of necessity and humility. We feel we have nothing to be ashamed of. For some reason, the courts and the ruling government value corporate property and profit over our inherent human rights to clean water and land.
We are speaking publicly to empower others to act boldly, with purity of heart, to dismantle the infrastructures which deny us our rights to water, land, and liberty. We as civilians have seen the repeated failures of the government, and it is our duty to act with responsibility and integrity, risking our own liberty for the sovereignty of us all.
Some may view these actions as violent, but be not mistaken. We acted from our hearts and never threatened human life nor personal property. What we did do was fight a private corporation that has run rampantly across our country, seizing land and polluting our nation's water supply. You may not agree with our tactics, but you can clearly see the necessity of them in light of the broken federal government and the corporations they continue to protect. We hope this helps to inspire others to act boldly and peacefully.
Please support us and stand with us in this journey, because we need this pipeline stopped.
Water is life, oil is death.
IUB needs to start protecting the people of Iowa, not the oil.
Thank you for your courage.
The main thing that we need to be focusing on right now is that oil is in that pipeline. We need to stop that oil. People need to come together again and demand that the IUB begins to represent Iowans and not industry.
Worth going to prison for.
Absolutely.
These are the sacrifices that we have to make in order to ensure anything for our children.
Basically trying to do what they could, what they say in a nonviolent manner, that it was just against metal, to stop the pipeline after exhausting multiple different avenues of change, including the courts, including protests, including petitions, including different kinds of direct action. And so this is where they went. The information about these events was not released to the public when they were going on. It was hidden. If you look back, you can see the Dakota Access Pipeline reserved the right to not tell people about sabotage at some point. And they're saying that's around the time they were doing these actions, and that they wanted people to know these actions were undertaken, and they wanted the public to know as they deserved to know it, and that's why they came out today